going to start in Italy. This game's going on Friday, 2:45 p.m. Eastern time. It is a clash of the top two. It doesn't get a lot better than this. It's Juventus and it's Napoli. Napoli with a win today in the game can really make life hell for Juve and basically stomp out any chances of them taking the title. Tell me what you're thinking for this game and which direction you're leaning in.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I was saying, one of the biggest matches that you'll see in Serie A this season. Again, Napoli only one loss the entire year. That was against Inter away. Juve haven't conceded in 8 matches, and that was without one of their best defenders last week. So again, it's a great job by Juve. I think they're eventually going to have to regress to the mean, and I think these are one of the matches. Federico Chiesa, obviously Juve's best player in my opinion, when healthy. Got the assist late last week, but playing like that isn't sustainable against a side like Napoli. If he's not going to go for a full 90 minutes, same thing with Dusan Vlahovic, it's going to be difficult for Juve to win this one. I know we both kind of like the under in this because of how well Juve's been playing defensively. They're on a historic pace. Just to put it into perspective, this is the best defensive league that's ever existed in this sport over the course of its entire history. No one's done what they've done. And they've had some of the best defenses of the past 10 to 15 years at Juve. Yeah. They're at a historical pace. My thing is, it's eventually going to catch up to them. They'll slow down. I think this is one of those matches. And again, for future purposes, Matthias, Napoli get this win. I really think they're locking up this league. And we're almost at the halfway point. It's going to take a historical collapse. So if you're looking at future markets as well, I think this one's the deciding factor. I think you can get a great number for some of the teams on the outside of Napoli. But again, for me, under 2.5. And then, I do see some sort of combo where there's an under 2.5 in Napoli that could get to plus 310 on FanDuel. I think that's great value. You're talking about a 2-0 Napoli win. And then also just under 2.5 on a solo play. Like Napoli have been scratching out some results here, low scoring since the return of the World Cup from the World Cup. And then again with Juve, no one's scoring on them. So under 2.5 feels like the safest.
Yeah, you mentioned on last week's show how Juve was really going to be scrapping out some results as well, and that ended up hitting last week as well. Just reading some numbers if you're still doubting on the under 2.5, because that is my best play for this game as well. Juve has hit the over 2.5 just once in their last 5 games. Napoli just 2 in the last 5 games. If you want to get just a big plus sign, you can hit Juve +1. I don't think they lose by more than a goal here, just because of what you mentioned. As good as Napoli has been, Juve just has not been giving up goals. But probably, if you're going to go solo, you go under 2.5. And if you are confident that Napoli wins this, you combine them together and you hit a pretty nice plus money parlay there.
And then on top of it, I think it's important to note if Kim Min-jae of Napoli isn't able to go, this has been the best defender in the league this season. Saw him star for South Korea. If he doesn't show up in this match, if he isn't ready to go, which is it might be a possibility, then it really turns on its head. Again, Juve don't create too many chances, so don't get spooked out and try and go with over 2.5 in this. I think it probably makes you more inclined to take that Juve +1 because, again, +1 number, there's no hook in this. I think that's very valuable in this sport, and that's something to be said. So, again, I like where you're looking over there as well.